Focus on yourself and shock everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something deeply transformative. The power of focusing on yourself. In a world that constantly pulls us in every direction, demanding our attention, our energy, and our approval, there is an extraordinary strength in turning inward. Imagine for a moment what would happen if you decided to stop comparing your journey to anyone else's. Imagine what would happen if you poured your energy into your growth, your dreams, your happiness, without waiting for anyone's permission or approval. When you focus on yourself, you are not selfish, you are brave, you are investing in the most important project you will ever work on, you. And in doing so, you build a foundation so strong that nothing in the world can shake it. People around you will expect the same story they've always heard, the same patterns, the same doubts, the same limitations. But when you rise, when you commit to your vision with fierce determination and unwavering belief, you shock the world. Not because you needed their applause, but because you honored your own worth. So, focus on your mind, your body, your spirit. Develop the skills, habits, and mindset that empower you. Set goals that light a fire in your soul and pursue them relentlessly. When you do, you won't just surprise others, you'll astonish yourself. Remember, the greatest power lies in consistency and self-love. When you nurture your own greatness, you create a ripple effect that touches every corner of your life. That's how you shock everyone. Not by trying to impress, but by becoming so fully you that the world can't help but take notice. So rise up, focus on yourself, and watch how your light transforms everything around you. There is a profound truth that many of us overlook in the hustle of life, the power of investing deeply in ourselves. So often, we find ourselves caught in a cycle where our energy is scattered, spent on pleasing others, chasing approval, or trying to fit into a mold that wasn't made for us. But the moment you decide to turn that focus inward, to place your own growth, dreams, and happiness at the center of your life, everything changes. It's not a selfish act. It's the most essential investment you can ever make. When you invest in yourself, you start to understand that your time, your energy, and your spirit are your most precious resources. These are the foundations on which every great thing in your life is built. Yet so many of us waste those resources, seeking validation from others. We look for approval in the eyes of friends, family, colleagues, or even strangers. We let their opinions dictate our self-worth. And in doing so, we shrink ourselves to fit their expectations. But what if you shifted that perspective? What if instead of asking, will they like me, or am I good enough for them, you asked, am I growing? Am I becoming the person I'm meant to be? This shift is revolutionary. It is the spark that lights the fire of personal transformation. Because when your focus is on your own journey, on your own dreams, and your own happiness, you begin to tap into a power that no external force can take away. Imagine waking up every morning and feeling that your day belongs to you, not to anyone else's expectations, not to anyone else's judgment, but to your own desires and purpose. When you make a daily commitment to yourself, you start building momentum. It could be as simple as reading a few pages of a book that inspires you, practicing a skill that moves you closer to your dreams, or dedicating time to your mental and physical health. These small, consistent investments accumulate. They build your confidence, sharpen your abilities, and deepen your understanding of who you truly are. And this kind of focus does more than just improve your skills or your mindset. It reshapes your relationship with yourself. It teaches you to honor your own voice above the noise of the world. Instead of living in reaction to what others want from you, you begin to live in alignment with what you want for yourself. You realize that you're worthy of your own care and attention, and that your dreams matter just as much as anyone else's. It's also important to recognize that investing in yourself is not always easy. It requires courage because it means standing apart from the crowd. It means saying no to distractions, to negative influences, and sometimes even to people who don't support your growth. It means being patient and kind to yourself, especially when progress feels slow or when setbacks come. But this is where the magic happens. Growth is rarely a straight line. It is a journey filled with twists, turns, and lessons that shape you into a stronger, wiser person. The beauty of focusing on yourself is that it creates a ripple effect. When you become more confident and fulfilled, your energy changes. People around you will feel that difference. They will notice your passion, your dedication, and your resilience. And instead of seeking their approval, you become a source of inspiration. Your life becomes proof that investing in yourself is the most powerful form of leadership and influence. So what does it mean to truly invest in yourself? It means giving yourself permission to dream big, even if those dreams don't look like anyone else's. It means carving out time each day to nurture your talents, your body, and your mind. It means surrounding yourself with people who encourage your growth and stepping away from those who drain your energy. It means forgiving yourself when you make mistakes and celebrating your victories, no matter how small. This journey of self-investment also teaches you patience. In a world that demands instant results, focusing on yourself requires faith that the work you do today will bloom tomorrow. It asks you to trust in your own potential and in the process of becoming. Every book you read, every new skill you practice, every act of self-care you embrace is like planting a seed. Over time, those seeds grow into something magnificent, a life filled with purpose, joy, and meaning. When you focus on your own growth, you are also building resilience. You create a strong foundation that helps you face life's challenges with grace and confidence. Because no matter what storms come your way, you know who you are and what you stand for. You've invested in your inner strength, and that is something no one can ever take from you. Ultimately, focusing on yourself is an act of love. It is a declaration that your life matters, that your dreams matter, and that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. It frees you from the exhausting cycle of seeking validation and empowers you to live authentically, boldly, and fully. So I invite you to take that step today. Invest your time, your energy, and your heart into the most important project you will ever have, yourself. Watch how your life transforms when you make yourself the priority. Because when you focus on your own growth, dreams, and happiness, you don't just change your story, you shock the world with the brilliance of your becoming. There is a powerful misconception that often holds us back from truly living our best lives. The belief that putting ourselves first is selfish. From a young age, many of us are taught that prioritizing our own needs, dreams, or well-being means we are being self-centered or even inconsiderate. But let me tell you this, prioritizing yourself is not selfish. It is an act of bravery and a profound form of self-respect. To embrace yourself fully, to claim your worth unapologetically, requires courage. The kind of courage that changes lives, including your own. Being brave enough to put yourself first means recognizing your own value in a world that often asks you to minimize yourself. It means standing firm in your decisions, even when others might not understand or support them. It means choosing your happiness, your growth, and your health, not at the expense of others, but as an essential foundation for how you show up in the world. Think about how much strength it takes to say no, to set boundaries that protect your energy and peace. Saying no is not easy. It often comes with fear of disappointing people, fear of being judged, or fear of missing out. But when you choose to say no to things that don't serve your well-being, you are saying yes to yourself. You are creating space for what truly matters in your life. That space is sacred, and guarding it is one of the bravest acts you can commit to. Prioritizing yourself is not about ignoring the needs of others or being indifferent to their struggles. It's about acknowledging that you cannot pour from an empty cup. When you take care of yourself first, you build the capacity to be more present, more compassionate, and more effective in your relationships and responsibilities. Self-respect means honoring your limits, your dreams, and your time so that you can bring your best self to every interaction. This kind of bravery also means facing the internal voices that tell you otherwise, the voices of doubt, guilt, or obligation. These voices often tell us that putting ourselves first is wrong or that we should always put others before ourselves. But those are the voices of fear and old conditioning. The truth is, your well-being matters just as much as anyone else's. When you respect yourself enough to prioritize your needs, you break free from the chains of guilt and step into a space of empowerment. Courageous self-prioritization also means making difficult choices. It might mean walking away from toxic relationships that drain your energy. It might mean leaving behind jobs, habits, or environments that no longer align with your values. These decisions can be painful, and they often come with uncertainty. But bravery is not the absence of fear. It is trusting that you deserve a life that honors your truth. There is a sacred dignity in owning your story and your path. When you choose to focus on your own growth and happiness, you become a beacon for others who may be struggling to do the same. Your bravery inspires others to see that prioritizing themselves is not a betrayal of love or responsibility, but a necessary step toward a fuller, richer life. Sometimes society pressures us to believe that self-sacrifice is the highest form of love and duty. While caring for others is important, it should never come at the cost of your own soul. When you prioritize yourself, you create a foundation from which you can give more authentically and sustainably. It's not about taking away from others. It's about giving from a place of abundance and strength. Think of the times you've witnessed someone live bravely by prioritizing themselves. Someone who chose their mental health over pleasing others, who pursued their dreams despite criticism, who set boundaries with love but firmness. Notice the power in their presence, the confidence that shines from within. That is what happens when you honor yourself with courage and respect. Being brave means embracing your imperfections and your unique journey. It means not shrinking to fit into someone else's expectations, but expanding to fulfill your own potential. It means trusting that by caring for yourself first, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. You are becoming the person you were always meant to be. In this act of bravery, you reclaim your power. You choose to live on your terms, guided by your values and your vision. You no longer wait for permission or validation from the outside world. Instead, you create your own permission slip to be who you are, fully and unapologetically. So understand this, putting yourself first is a radical act of self-love and strength. It takes courage to step out of the shadows of others' expectations and into the light of your own truth. It takes bravery to protect your energy and to make choices that honor your well-being. But when you do, you not only transform your life, you set an example for those around you to do the same. In choosing yourself, you rewrite the narrative. You show up as a whole, powerful person who knows their worth and refuses to settle for less. That is not selfishness. That is bravery in its purest To create a life that truly stands the test of time, you must first build a strong foundation. This foundation is not made of bricks or mortar, but of habits, skills, and a mindset that empower you every single day. It is the unseen architecture beneath the surface of your success, the steady base on which you can rely when challenges come your way. Without this foundation, even the greatest dreams can crumble under pressure. But with it, your confidence becomes unshakable, your purpose clear, and your resilience unbreakable. Building this foundation begins with recognizing the power of habits. Habits are the small, consistent actions you take repeatedly over time. They shape your days, your character, and ultimately your future. What you do daily, even in the smallest ways, matters more than occasional bursts of effort. Imagine the difference between someone who practices kindness every day and someone who only tries once in a while. The daily kindness becomes who they are, it becomes their strength. And the same goes for habits that fuel your growth, whether that's reading a little each day, exercising regularly, setting clear goals, or practicing mindfulness. These habits don't have to be grand or overwhelming. In fact, the most powerful habits are often the simple ones done consistently. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil. Each small act of self-discipline waters those seeds, helping them grow stronger and taller. Over time, you cultivate a garden of strengths that can weather any storm. Alongside habits, building skills is a crucial part of this foundation. Skills are the tools that allow you to shape your reality. Whether you are learning to communicate more effectively, manage your time wisely, or develop a craft, every skill you build adds to your capacity to succeed. But skills are not just about external achievements. They also build inner strength. When you master a skill, you gain confidence, not only in that ability, but in yourself as a whole. You begin to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles to fear. The journey of developing skills requires patience and persistence. It's tempting to want quick results, but true mastery comes from dedication over time. Remember, no great expert became so overnight. They embraced the process with all its setbacks and successes, knowing that each step was a building block for their future. This mindset of growth is essential. It's the belief that you can improve with effort and that failure is not the end, but a lesson on the path to excellence. That brings us to mindset, the invisible force that governs how you perceive yourself and the world around you. A strong foundation is impossible without a mindset that empowers you. This mindset is built on belief, resilience, and positivity. It means choosing to see setbacks as temporary and challenges as opportunities. It means cultivating self-compassion, knowing that mistakes don't define your worth, but are part of your human journey. Your mindset shapes your reality. If you wake up believing you can handle whatever comes your way, you will. If you nurture thoughts of doubt and fear, those will grow as well. That is why it's so important to be intentional about the stories you tell yourself. Replace limiting beliefs with affirmations of strength and possibility. Train your mind like you would train a muscle, consistently and with care. When habits, skills, and mindset come together, they create an unshakable confidence. This confidence is not arrogance or false bravado. It is a quiet assurance born from knowing you have prepared yourself well. It is the calm in the storm, the steady hand when the ground shakes beneath you. This confidence allows you to take risks, to step into new opportunities, and to face adversity with grace. Moreover, this foundation supports not just your own success, but your ability to uplift others. When you are grounded in strong habits, honed skills, and a resilient mindset, you become a source of inspiration and strength for those around you. People notice when someone carries themselves with calm assurance. They are drawn to that energy and often seek to learn from it. Building a strong foundation also means being mindful of what you allow into your life, the people you surround yourself with, the media you consume, the environment you inhabit. All these influence your habits, your skills, and your mindset. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who challenge and encourage you. Seek out learning opportunities that expand your skills. Immerse yourself in positivity that fuels your mindset. It is also important to revisit and refine your foundation regularly. Growth is a lifelong process. What served you yesterday may not serve you tomorrow. Stay curious and adaptable. Continuously ask yourself, are my habits still aligned with my goals? Am I developing the skills I need for the next stage? Is my mindset helping me move forward or holding me back? Remember, a strong foundation is your greatest asset. It's what allows you to stand tall in the face of uncertainty, to recover from setbacks faster, and to reach heights you once thought impossible. This foundation is built not overnight, but through daily commitment and self-awareness. It requires patience, yes, but the rewards are immeasurable. So commit yourself to the process of building this foundation. Embrace the power of habits that support your dreams. Dedicate yourself to learning and growing your skills. Cultivate a mindset that believes in your strength and potential. When you do, you will discover a confidence so deep and unshakable that nothing in the world can deter you from becoming the best version of yourself. There is a special kind of magic that happens when you decide to rise above the expectations others have placed on you, and even above the limitations you once believed about yourself. When you commit wholeheartedly to your vision and believe deeply in your own potential, you create a transformation so profound that it shocks everyone around you. This isn't about seeking attention or approval. It's about unleashing a power within you that others never saw coming, and perhaps didn't even believe was possible. Rising is an act of defiance against the voices that tell you you can't, you're not enough, or this isn't meant for you. It's a refusal to stay stuck in the past, in old failures or doubts, and instead stepping boldly into the future you imagine for yourself. The journey of rising is not easy. It demands resilience, patience, and unwavering faith in your own path. But the moment you decide to rise, you begin to surprise the world, not because you set out to impress, but because your transformation is undeniable and authentic. Think about the times in history or in your own life when someone who was underestimated suddenly shattered expectations. Maybe it was a student who struggled but went on to become a leader. Maybe it was an artist or entrepreneur who was doubted but built something extraordinary. What makes these stories so compelling is that they are not about perfection from the start. They are about persistence, about showing up every day with determination and belief. When you commit to your vision with that kind of heart, you begin to embody something unstoppable. Believing in yourself is the foundation of this rise. It's easy to talk about believing, but living it is a different matter. Self-belief means trusting your instincts, even when others question them. It means listening to your inner voice that says, keep going, even when the external world is full of noise and skepticism. It means reminding yourself day after day that your dreams are valid and worth fighting for. This belief fuels your actions. It's the wind beneath your wings. The transformation that comes from rising is not just external success or achievement. It's a deep internal shift, growing confidence, a clearer sense of purpose, and a stronger connection to your own values. As you rise, you shed layers of fear, doubt, and limitation. You begin to walk taller, speak with more conviction, and live with more intention. Others may not immediately understand your journey, but they cannot help but notice the change in your energy. Surprising the world by rising also means embracing your unique story. Your past struggles, mistakes, and hardships are not weaknesses. They are the fuel for your rise. They give you perspective, empathy, and strength that cannot be learned from a textbook. When you own your story and use it as a source of power rather than shame, you inspire others to do the same. Your rise becomes a beacon of hope for anyone who has ever felt overlooked or underestimated. Sometimes the world will try to keep you in a box, defining you by labels or circumstances. Rising is breaking out of that box and refusing to be confined by other people's limited visions of you. It is about expanding your possibilities and daring to dream bigger than anyone else expects. The more you rise, the more you redefine what is possible, not just for yourself, but for those who witness your journey. This process of rising also requires patience. A transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is built in quiet moments of struggle, in small victories that accumulate over time. Each day you show up, even when it's hard, you build momentum. Each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Trusting this process, even when the results aren't immediately visible, is part of the courage it takes to rise. When you rise with authenticity and resilience, you send a powerful message. You show the world that setbacks are not the end, but a part of the journey. You demonstrate that it's never too late to change your story. And most importantly, you remind yourself that your potential is limitless. When you believe in it, surprising the world by rising means living your truth unapologetically. It means embracing your passions, talents, and values with pride. It means stepping into roles and opportunities that once felt out of reach. And when you do this, you create a ripple effect. People around you start to see what's possible for themselves. Your rise becomes not just a personal victory, but a catalyst for change in your community, your family, and beyond. So when you commit to your vision and believe in yourself, you are not just changing your own life, you are shaking the foundation of what others thought was possible. Your transformation shocks the world because it challenges the status quo and expands the boundaries of what can be achieved. It shows that with faith, courage, and dedication, anyone can rise beyond their circumstances and create a life of meaning and impact. Remember, rising is an act of love to yourself, to your dreams, and to the world waiting for your unique contribution. It is a journey that will test you, teach you, and ultimately transform you. And when you rise, you do more than surprise the world. You inspire it to rise alongside you. Consistency is more than just doing something over and over. It is a commitment to your vision, to your goals, and to the person you are becoming. It's waking up every day and choosing to show up even when the motivation is low, even when the results seem slow or invisible. Consistency is the bridge between dreams and reality, the quiet rhythm behind every success story. It is in those small, persistent actions, the daily habits, the repeated efforts, that transformation takes root. Think about the most successful people you admire. Rarely is their success the result of a single moment or a sudden breakthrough. It is the product of countless small steps taken consistently over time. The artist who perfects their craft through daily practice. The athlete who trains relentlessly even when tired. The entrepreneur who faces setbacks but keeps innovating and learning. Behind every great achievement is a story of perseverance and dedication. But consistency alone is not enough. It must be paired with self-love, the deep respect and kindness you show yourself throughout the journey. Self-love is the foundation that supports your consistency. Without it, the drive to keep going can become harsh, punitive, and exhausting. Self-love reminds you to be patient with your progress, to celebrate your efforts, and to forgive yourself when you stumble. It is the gentle voice that encourages you to rest, to heal, and to believe that you are worthy of your own care. When you nurture yourself with love, consistency becomes a joyful act, not a burdensome chore. You begin to see your efforts as gifts to yourself rather than obligations. This shift in perspective changes everything. You are no longer driven by fear of failure or external pressure, but by a deep desire to honor your own potential and well-being. Self-love also teaches you to set healthy boundaries. It helps you recognize when to say no to things that drain your energy or distract you from your path. It gives you the courage to prioritize your needs without guilt, knowing that by doing so, you are preserving the strength you need to keep moving forward. Boundaries are not walls to isolate yourself. They are the protective spaces where your greatness can flourish. Together, consistency and self-love create a powerful momentum. Each day you commit to your growth, you build confidence and resilience. You prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you realized. This ongoing process of showing up and caring for yourself cultivates a deep well of inner strength that carries you through challenges and setbacks. What's remarkable is that this steady journey of self-nurturing doesn't just transform you, it inspires those around you. People notice when someone is consistently dedicated to their dreams with kindness and grace. Your example becomes a beacon of hope and encouragement. You show others that greatness is not reserved for the chosen few, but is accessible to anyone willing to invest in themselves with patience and love. In relationships, consistency and self-love help you show up more fully. When you care for yourself, you have more to give to others without losing yourself in the process. You become a source of stability and encouragement, someone who leads not by demand, but by example. Your steady presence can inspire friends, family, colleagues, and even strangers to believe in their own power to change and grow. It's important to remember that consistency doesn't mean perfection, it means persistence. Some days will be easier than others. There will be moments when motivation dips or life throws unexpected challenges your way. Self-love is what keeps you grounded during these times. It reminds you that progress is not a straight line and that setbacks are opportunities to learn and adapt, not reasons to give up. Building this habit of steady effort paired with kindness toward yourself creates a ripple effect. Your personal transformation encourages a culture of resilience and compassion around you. It changes how you approach obstacles, how you handle success, and how you relate to others. The energy you cultivate within becomes a powerful force for good in every aspect of your life. Consistency and self-love are also about honoring your uniqueness. There is no one else in the world exactly like you, with your dreams, your challenges, and your gifts. By consistently nurturing your own path with love, you celebrate what makes you different. You embrace your authentic self and bring that authenticity into every interaction. This genuine way of living is magnetic. It draws people toward you and builds meaningful connection. In the grand scheme of life, it's not the flashy moments or quick wins that define your journey. It's the quiet commitment to yourself day after day through all the ups and downs. This commitment transforms ordinary days into a powerful movement toward your best self. It is through this unwavering dedication and compassion that you create a legacy of strength, inspiration, and love. So as you move forward, remember that your greatest power lies in the steady, loving care you give to yourself and your dreams. Let consistency be your rhythm and self-love your guiding light. Together, they will nurture your greatness, build lasting impact, and inspire everyone fortunate enough to witness your journey. As we bring this journey to a close, remember that the most incredible transformations begin within. When you choose to invest in yourself, to be brave in your self-prioritization, to build a foundation of habits, skills, and mindset, and to rise with unwavering belief in your vision, you don't just change your own life, you shock the world with your strength, resilience, and brilliance. Consistency and self-love are the keys that unlock your true potential and ensure that your impact is lasting. This journey is yours alone, and every step you take toward honoring yourself is a step toward inspiring others to do the same. So, focus on yourself with intention and courage, knowing that in doing so, you are creating a ripple effect of greatness that can transform communities and generations. Be bold, be patient, be kind to yourself, and above all, rise. Rise in a way that surprises even you, because the world is waiting to be amazed by the greatness only you can bring.